Welcome, everyone. Thanks for taking the time to join with me today. My name's Neil Milton, and I'm the founder of the Table Talk Project. The Table Talk Project was born out of a dream and a passion of mine to do something that will disrupt the decline of youth mental health in Australia. I'm a local dad, an ordinary guy, a husband, a father, and friend who wants the best for his family and friends, and yet at the same time witnesses the impact of poor mental health in the wider community. I'm well aware that making a difference is not a journey that I can do on my own, and it needs a community of people as passionate as I am about changing the conversations families have around food. There are many other organisations doing great work addressing issues and supporting family mental health. I do believe that the Table Talk Project is unique in Australia and represents an opportunity to make a real difference in the way families come together around food. Today, I want to invite you to join the journey with me. You can do this one of two ways. You might want to join the Table Talk Project community by signing up through clicking on Join Now on the website, thetabletalkproject.org. You also might want to become a startup investor. The details are available in this presentation. And before you consider any of these options, I want to share my journey with you. In 2016, I started an organization called Positive T-Shirts. I felt compelled to do something to address the growing number of young people suiciding. I personally experienced the reality of this tragic issue and was critically aware that the situation was not getting better, but only worse. I passionately wanted to get people talking about youth mental health by bringing the issue out into the open and removing the stigma that still surrounds the conversation in our country today. One of the toughest things to do in life is to question whether our desire to do good is doing anything at all. And in 2021, a new conversation began to emerge in me. I started to question whether what I was doing was making any tangible difference at all. My passion had not changed. My vision had not changed. I still wanted to help families in a very real, measurable way. And as I wrestled with what to do next, I discovered that the conversation I long to have with my children are seldom being had. I also discovered that when they do, they're often around the table over food. I also discovered that for many families, the dinner table is one for eating and not for talking. And as I wrestled with this discovery and reflected on my childhood journey, I realized that my family table was all about getting the eating thing over quickly whilst remaining quiet. You can probably connect with statements like, don't talk with your mouth full, or children should be seen and not be heard. And you can fill in the blanks for you. But at my family table, I often didn't feel like I had a voice or that I could speak about anything, let alone anything deep. I had lots of questions in my head that I wanted to ask, but it didn't seem like I would be listened to if I spoke up. And if I did, what would they think? Would I be ignored, laughed at, humiliated, or dismissed? When I became a dad, though, I wanted things to be different for them. Could the table be more than just where we eat food? Could the table be the place where we invite people into conversation, where we could be real, where we could be honest? Could we go beyond the noise or break through the silence that often inhabits table moments? Could it be safe to share what is really going on inside of us? So I began to explore ways to change the conversation at my family table. I discovered that my kids did want to talk. They were happy to take the conversation deeper, and they wanted to share the real stuff that was part of their life. So the Table Talk Project gets born. Backed by research coming out of Harvard Medical School in the US and supported by the Family Dinner Project, I decided to take a leap of faith and invest myself in the developing of the Table Talk Project. Let's talk about the impact. I'm not interested in being part of something that doesn't make a measurable difference and generate tangible results. Our impact statement simply reads, families talking together around food. This means that we don't want people to just eat together, but also talk with one another. We know how difficult this can be for families, so we've tried taking into consideration the pressures families are under, especially when it comes to quality time together. Well, you've heard my why. Now here's our how. For us at the Table Talk Project, quality family table conversations have 5 key outcomes that represent how we plan to impact the table conversation. Valuing time at the table. Unless people value the time they share together around food, other distractions will creep into the mealtime and leave people disconnected. At the Table Talk Project, we use the language of slow food versus fast food, slowing down long enough to create the time and space to talk. A place for everyone at the table. Families are complex, and when it comes to having everyone in one place at one time, it can feel like a competition for who gets airspace. A place for everyone means just that: inclusive conversations with everyone involved, age appropriate, easily understood, and uninterrupted. Intentional conversations at the table. If the Table Talk Project is going to make a difference to people's sense of well-being, then the conversations ultimately need to go deeper. We want to remove the conversational stigma attached to many of the mental health conversations by giving families the skills and tools to do just that. And our hope is that conversations will touch on issues where people are present, heard, and validated. Connected support at the table. Our research indicates that families are spending less and less time talking with each other. Our initial feedback group highlighted the pressures families are under. And as a husband and a father, I'm personally aware of this. The last thing we want to do is add another layer of pressure on families. But critical to the success of the Table Talk Project is a level support of ease of access to a range of practical resources, whether it be our website, library, social media, or the Table Talk Project cafes. We want to ensure that people feel connected to a community which offers tangible support. Eating well at the table. We're well aware of the impact food has on mood and general sense of well-being, and we're not dietitians or nutritionists and would prefer families to have conversations whatever they're eating. We have debated this issue significantly and decided that we need to have simple, healthy food ideas available. Our website offers support for preparing healthy, low-cost, easy-prepare meals to enhance the table conversation. So what does it look like for families? Well, the Table Talk Project consists of a minimum of once a week table time where you engage with the Table Talk menu, entree, main, and dessert. The entree represents the food that will be eaten. This simple step involves choosing the food and working out who and how it will be prepared. And as I mentioned previously, we provide recipes for families that need this help. The main is the conversation relevant, real conversations discussing real issues, and we're aware that this takes time, and so we provide a range of conversation starters that connect with where families are at. And dessert. Dessert brings the table time to a close. It's a simple 3-question check-in to make sure that people are leaving the table feeling listened to, validated, and heard. We understand that not every conversation is going to be a success. Life is messy, and we need to be prepared for the messy to be okay at our tables. Recently, we ran a 3-month pilot program using the Table Talk menu and resources with 15 families from diverse backgrounds. The feedback we received highlighted the following. 30 to 60 minutes was the average time people spent at the table. People averaged a score of 8 out of 10 on whether they felt validated and heard. And 75% said they used the content that was provided and it was relevant for them. And here's what people said. More conversations and talking longer at the table. We usually eat together, but it was making the time to delve deeper into conversation and asking different questions. We used some of the recipes and it was good to have them on hand to help me come up with food ideas. Our family's been doing conversation starters for the last 2 years, mostly on a Sunday evening. What was different and enjoyable were the live Table Talk cafe sessions, and especially the presentations. This was a great concept. So what's the plan moving forward? Well, we plan to go live and promote the Table Talk project in the first quarter of 2023 and let people know that the website is live. Our target for our first year is 250 families signing up. We aim to run 3 Table Talk cafes online. And in the last half of the first year, we aim to launch our Longer Tables and Smaller Fences initiative, where we have an in-person event to teach people how to utilize the Table Talk project as a valuable resource for their family. What's our investment plan? Well, we want the Table Talk project to be free for everyone forever. And for this reason, we're taking a very cautious approach to finance and budgets, choosing a minimalist approach to the resources needed. Where possible, we're adopting a pro bono approach to draw on the vast level of experience and expertise from people who are as passionate as we are about this issue. We also recognize that there are inevitable costs like hosting websites, and so we have developed a 3-year investment strategy to cover costs. And year 1, that's 2023, we're looking at raising $10,000 to cover our costs, and this will cover subscriptions, hosting, laptop, and upgrades to the website. We invite you to participate in the first round investment by gifting a minimum of $300 to the project. And with this, it will mean we only need 33 investors. Naturally, if you would like to give more, we will gladly receive your gift. And at this stage, donations are not tax deductible, though it is something that we are looking at for year 2. So the year 2 investment, we're looking to secure the ability for people to give in a way that is tax deductible. And this will also enable us to be eligible for grants. And year 3, we're looking to develop strategic partnerships whereby they invest in the Table Talk project financially. So how do you invest and make a minimum $300 donation? Well, here are the bank details for you to make your donation, and we look forward to having you partner with us. I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to me today. I want to invite you to head to thetabletalkproject.org and join with us now. Thanks for choosing to be on the journey with us at the Table Talk Project.